From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome to This Week at the 904. I'm your host this week, Chandler Morgan. Joining me today is Keli Coughlin, the CEO of the Tom Coughlin J Fund. Keli, thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's quickly talk about the mission, because there's a lot of people here in Northeast Florida that are familiar, but we also have a lot of people who move here and want to get familiar with the J Fund.
Right. So the Tom Coughlin J Fund supports families who have a child with cancer by providing financial, emotional, and practical support. And our goal is really to be there for parents, so in turn they can be there for their kids.
I love the be there part of the mission too.
Yeah.
I have been a part of several of your events. I think something that stands out to me is the focus not only on the child, but the child's siblings, the family unit. Where does the inspiration come from that?
Well, you know, we started the Tom Coughlin J Fund initially. My parents actually started it. My dad had a young man who played football for him at Boston College, and his name was Jay McGillis. And unfortunately, Jay passed away from cancer. But during the time he was sick, my parents saw how it affected the whole family, and how Jay's siblings came to be with him, and they were concerned, and how it really affected mom and dad and their ability to be able to work full time and still care for the rest of the family. And so when the J Fund got up and running, the initial focus was on supporting families from a financial standpoint. But as time went on and we were able to broaden the scope, we wanted to add in ways that we could emotionally support really the whole family. So we do have programs now. Financial support is by far the largest way that we help families, but we also have a caregiver program, so just for moms and dads, so that they can sort of take time from themselves, learn a little bit, educate themselves, take a deep breath, get a little exercise, connect with others, and in turn with the thought that they'll be able to go back and be fresher and hopefully just be in a better place when they're caring for their child. And then with siblings, we know that the whole family dynamic is disrupted, and families, you can't help but focus a little bit more attention on a sick child. And so the healthy siblings, they're worried, they're concerned, but they're also maybe shuffled off to grandma's house, or have to go to the neighbors more often, or can't participate in the activities that they used to do because mom and dad just can't juggle it all. So we also create programming where we can bring siblings together for fun things, fun activities that are just for them, but also give them a chance to be around other kids who are really kind of walking that same journey and can understand what they're going through.
Because then that kind of brings it into a community aspect. You've developed this team of people, if you will, that can be your support system.
Exactly. I mean, I think when initially a child gets diagnosed, we typically hear from families that, the whole community that they know sort of rally around them, their church, their school, their neighborhood, their friends, and their family. But what happens over time is that people have to go back to regular life, and this is a long thing. This is quite a journey for many families. Sometimes it's up to 3 years of treatment, and then of course there's ongoing scans and tests to make sure that it stays at bay. So really, no one else that hasn't experienced it can really understand what it is to walk in those shoes. Mm-hmm. And so bringing them together can be really important.
Right, and bringing them together in different ways and events that you mentioned that you all put on throughout the year. There's one that's coming up soon, the Wine Gala, which is a definite favorite for a lot of people that I've talked to at least. What is that, and where did the inspiration come for that event?
So the Tom Coughlin J Fund Wine Tasting Gala is coming up on March 5th. It's a really fun event. It was initially started by one of our great partners, Southern Glacier Wine and Spirits, a man named Barry Zeidwig, who used to work there, also served on our board of directors, and it was sort of his brainchild. But Southern is amazing. They go out into the community of the wine world, and they talk to their vendors, and they get all of the wine donated for the Tom Coughlin J Fund. So all of the wine, and it's wines from all over the world. You name it, we've got it there, and really every price point. And so that's all donated, and the event is really a walkabout event where you get to taste the wines, but we've also brought in about 30 of local restaurants in Jacksonville to do food tastings as well. And there's music and sort of fun, engaging opportunities. We have a silent auction. There's fun places to take pictures. And it becomes just sort of a great way to network, connect with friends, colleagues, customers. Just really, it's a fun night.
I've seen so many photos from a lot of the different food vendors too over the years. There's a lot of dessert shops too that are coming in and doing these fantastic displays. What is a way, I guess, that you can, if you want to get a ticket to the event, how can you do so? But if maybe it doesn't fall in line with your schedule, how can you still support?
Absolutely. So you can go to our website, which is tcjayfund.org, and the tickets are available there, and they're $150 now, early bird special, and then they actually will bump up when we get closer to the event to $175. So if you want a deal, get it quick. And then, of course, you can go to our website and, give financially if that's something you can do. There's an opportunity there to volunteer if you can fill out an application to become one of our volunteers, because we always need people that can bring their talents to us and really help out. And so really that's the best way. And then in the community, if you know a family who has a child with cancer, reach out, let them know you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a change this year with the event as well.
Yes.
There is a location change, a beautiful location change, we should say.
Yeah, we're excited, and it'll be a way for us to keep it fresh. We've been at Everbank Stadium on the field the last couple years, and now we're going to try a different field. We're going over to VyStar Ballpark, where the Jumbo Shrimp play. And we're going to be not on the field, but on the concourses and in the back of the sort of the new renovated areas of the field. So it's a gorgeous facility, and it'll be really, I think, fun to kind of reinvent it and bring all the typical activities, but also with a little fun baseball spin.
Right, exactly. There we go. Well, I'm excited to see what that event looks like this year. I know I will be there as well. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to be talking about the J Fund's impact that's felt far beyond just Northeast Florida. Stay with us.
From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome back. We have Keli Coughlin, the CEO of the J Fund, with us here this morning. Keli, you guys are always busy at the J Fund. I was a part of a few of the events from 2025, but what did that look like for you all?
Oh, we had a really good 2025. We're really proud that we were able to be there and step up and support families who have a child with cancer by providing financial and emotional support in a deeper way, really. Our goals were, to really show them that we could wrap our arms around them, to listen to their needs, and I think we accomplished that. We are still crunching the final numbers on the financial support, but it's well over $4 million in combining both of our Jacksonville and New York, New Jersey markets together. And we did all kinds of programming, both therapeutic and fun, ways to just let kids be kids and have fun. So we visited hospitals, we brought them together for fun activities and parties. We were able to do all different kind of sporting events, and we finished the year with a big bang with our big annual holiday party, where we invite all of the patients, whether they're current or former patients, and they come out and just have a blast with us.
Oh, that's so fun. The kids are always dancing and having a good time too.
Yeah.
And the siblings too. It's great to see the siblings to be able to be a part of that as well. You mentioned there's other markets that you all are serving as well. So can we talk about the impacts of how it stretches just far beyond here?
Sure. So my dad is Coach Tom Coughlin, and when he started the J Fund here in Jacksonville, it was when he was the initial head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it was really important for him to give back in the community. And years later, when he went on to become the coach of the New York Giants, he also wanted to make an impact on that community as well. So we started a second sort of branch of the Tom Coughlin J Fund to support local families there. So at that time, it was decided that it was important for us to stay in Jacksonville, even though he was moving on to coach somewhere else. It wasn't really about Tom Coughlin and who he coached, but the kids and the families who needed our support. So we dug in deep, and the community really rallied and supported us at that time. And then we were able to launch that second market. So now, essentially, we help families in both areas who are permanent residents of those areas, and when they're going through a crisis that most of us can't imagine.
And are there similar events and kind of community connections that people can make?
We have very similar programming there. As you can imagine, New York, New Jersey, New York City area is very different than Jacksonville, but when it comes down to it, when you have a child diagnosed with cancer, your needs are the same. The feelings that you go through, the emotions, and the need for support is the same. So the J Fund supports financially for household expense relief in both places, because we know almost always a parent has to stop working and become a full-time caregiver for their child, and that loss of income on top of the added expense can really, disrupt their whole family and put them in crisis. And so we do that, but we also, we have some of that same programming. We do our caregiver program up there. We do a sibling program up there. We bring families together in both places to connect with one another. And we even do a remembrance weekend, which is really one of the most touching things that we do, and really important things that we do, is we bring families together in both communities who have lost a child to cancer and give them an opportunity to spend a weekend really grieving, but also learning tools for how to move forward in that grief and to connect with others who are going through a similar thing. And so we bring in social workers, people from hospice are kind enough to donate their time, and also other resources to really try to give those families some resources and tools to get through move along in their journey of grief. They're never going to get through it.
Right, because it sounds like, you want to be able to be there even after, when there's a different chapter moving forward for your family.
Yeah, our goal really is to be there, from diagnosis to recovery and even beyond that. Most cases of childhood cancer do have positive outcomes. About 85% of kids survive. But there are very sad stories, unfortunately, and kids that don't make it. And those families, they need the support as well. So the J Fund is with them. We help with funeral expenses. And then, like I said, we do these remembrance weekends annually where we invite families to come together and just be together and let them know that we haven't forgotten them and we haven't forgotten their children.
Yeah, we have a great hospital system here in Jacksonville, but how can families connect with the J Fund if they do have a child that has cancer?
Yeah, so initially when a child is diagnosed with cancer, they're typically either inpatient in the hospital at Wolfson's Children's, or they're treated outpatient at Nemours Children's. And either way, there's a fantastic team of social workers who we work very closely with. So the social workers are the conduits through which families can reach the J Fund's resources. We spend a lot of time visiting the hospital as well and having a presence there. But that is initially how families, if they just talk to their social workers, the social workers introduced to the programming of the J Fund. And then they register with us, and from there on out, they get all of the information, and that's also how they apply for the financial help as well.
That's great to know. Kelly, thank you. Well, coming up, we are going to be looking at the new year ahead. We're going to talk about ways that you can make a direct impact and support the J Fund.
From CBS 47 and Fox 30, you're watching This Week in the 904.
Welcome back. We have Keli Coughlin here from the J Fund. Kelly, thank you for being with us.
Great to be here.
Yeah, well, we want to talk about what's ahead for 2026. We've spent some time talking about 2025, and now we're in a new year. So what is ahead for you all?
Well, we have lots of programming for patients and families. Our goal is to really wrap our arms around families and make sure that they know that they are not alone when they go through the journey. So we've got very robust programming for patients, for siblings, for caregivers. But in order to be able to do all those things, we also have to raise money. So we have a great party coming up with the wine tasting gala on March 5th. That is going to be a great night out in Jacksonville. We have a Celebrity Golf Classic, which is sort of the foundation on which the whole organization was built. Initially, that's how it started back 31 years ago, it will be. And we have, a community of supporters out there that we call our impact players. And we're always looking for opportunities to get more people involved in that program. And what that is really people who want to roll up their sleeves and help either raise awareness or raise dollars to support our mission. And so it can be anything from a lemonade stand to, a casual day at work that you pay $5 to participate in. to all kinds of different creative ways. Instead of your birthday, instead of gifts, asking for gifts to the J Fund, or you name it. We've got incredible people that have thought of amazing things, a night out at a bar, where tips go to the J Fund, things like that. So, that really means a lot, and it gets a lot of people involved. And so we're always looking to grow that program of people that want to either come and participate in some of those impact player events, or maybe even have one themselves.
And that's something you can do year round, right?
Yes, absolutely, anytime. And there's information on our website about what it is and how it works, and if you need ideas, how to get some ideas for that. And we have, sort of resources in our office as well to have a conversation with people. But we love to know that they're happening, so we can also talk about them on social media and things like that. So.
Yeah, you mentioned the Golf Classic. I would love to hear the story behind how that started.
Yeah, so when my dad and mom came to Jacksonville back in the mid-'90s as the first coach of the Jaguars, there was so much excitement in the community and so much going on. And my parents knew that they wanted to give back. They wanted to do something to make a difference in the community, and they knew that they wanted to help families who have a child with cancer some way. And they kind of looked around the area and saw Ponte Vedra and TPC Sawgrass and all of the fabulous.
Hard not to see the vision there.
all the fabulous golf happening, and said, I think maybe we should have a golf tournament. So they started a celebrity golf classic where we have 31 foursomes for golf. And each group that plays, we play at TPC Sawgrass on the stadium course. Each group gets paired with a celebrity, mostly from the sports world. And it's a really fun 2-day event. There's a dinner and auction the night before, and then golf on TPC Sawgrass's course. And that's a sponsorship event. So the sponsorships are available to participate in that, and that will be May 17th and 18th. But this coming year, as I had mentioned, Jay McGillis is the namesake of the J Fund, and Jay wore number 31 at Boston College. So this year will be our 31st golf tournament. So we're really going to take the opportunity to celebrate that and recognize Jay, sort of talk about where we've come from and the impact that we've been able to make with the generous community, being on our team and helping us get it done. And then also start looking to the future as well.
And how gorgeous that you get to be able to participate in something that will make you feel good for a great cause, but at a beautiful location too.
Yes, it is. There's two things that we're doing this year that really are spectacular. Our wine tasting gala in March, the sponsors for that event have an opportunity to participate in a cocktail party just before the kickoff of the main gala. And that's actually going to take place in Miller Electric Center, which is the Jaguars training facility. So that's a private place that most of us can never even go into. But we will be able to have wine there and some food and snacks. And we're going to also be able to take a self-guided tour of the building and see some of the players only restricted areas. So that's going to be really a cool opportunity for sponsors of the wine tasting gala, and then they'll move over to the main gala. And then, like you said, our Celebrity Golf Classic takes place at TPC Sawgrass, which is a course that all over the world people are dying to play. They watch the players and see that island green. And the players and the Jaguars have both been tremendous partners with us over the years, and they've made it possible for us to experience all those things.
Yeah, speaking of the Jaguars too, usually every season there is always a game that is devoted to you all, and there's a different ceremony that happens during halftime. Can you talk about that?
Yes. So as part of the NFL's Crucial Catch Initiative, we've been lucky to be a part of what they do here in Jacksonville to celebrate. So we host a tailgate party and bring our patients and families together, and then the Jaguars recognize them on the field just prior to the kickoff of the game and the national anthem. And it gives these kids an opportunity. I mean, many of them have never even gone to an NFL game, much less walked out on the field and, see the players up close and stand on the grass and watch them run by and be part of the national anthem. And then they go to their seats and cheer on the team. So it really is a really special day. And the idea of it is to shine a light on childhood cancer and the fact that these kids and families need support. And so it's great to be able to be part of that crucial catch where they're highlighting all cancers, but the J Fund does get a little bit of a spotlight there.
Right, and there's a community too of kids who are able to recover and then go on and grow up and have a very full life. I know that as the media partner, we've done stories highlighting some of those kids. What does it mean to you to be able to see them going on and excelling and knowing that the J Fund made an impact when they really needed it the most?
It's so heartwarming. We have an opportunity to get to know some of these families and patients, and to see them over the years grow up. It means so much. We've been around long enough now that we're seeing kids that graduate from high school, graduate from college, get married, have babies, get these fantastic jobs in the community, and it just to see them, it's a light of hope, and it's inspiring, and it keeps us going, and we know that it really also keeps the families that are in the middle of it now going as well, to see there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, motivation, sincerely. How can people find out more about the J Fund as we go into 2026?
Please go to our website, tcjayfund.org, and follow us on social media as well. And you'll hear about everything that's happening there. But that's how you give financially. That's how you can become a volunteer. That's how you can buy tickets to participate in our wine tasting gala as well.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Chandler.
Well, we have more topics for you, interview topics on This Week in the 904's tab on actionnewsjax.com. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching This Week in the 904.